Hey guys, Nikolaus here, also known as nmatheis on HeadFi. I'm the guy with the Spock avatar. You probably see me around portable threads, IEMs, DAPs, DACs. I love to test it. I'm here to tell you about it. And you might have seen me on the Nighthawk thread lately because I've fallen in love with the AudioQuest Nighthawks. Those are some rad headphones. Y'all should check them out. They're on sale for $350 right now. It's a crazy deal. Anyway, today I am here to talk about what's inside this little orange case. So I'm going to open it up and show you what's in here. Here we go. Pop it open. You can see it's a small case. Alright, here we go. So, what in the world could this be? Looks kind of handmade, looks kind of DIY, and you'd be right. Inside this little red felt case is the Indonesian handmade portable DAP, the Teri Player G1. I got it from Denny and TJ Style on HeadFi. Cool guys. Started out as a project for an Indonesian audio club. As you can see, it's a really small, screenless digital audio player. Right now it's Wave only. I've done some testing on MP3 and FLAC firmware. It's not mature yet. It's not ready for prime time, but the Wave firmware is good to go. The only problems I've had with it so far are it lacks gapless, and I don't think that's going to be fixed in the G1, but it might be fixed in some upcoming versions or some upcoming DAPs that TJ and Denny put out to the community. I might go into that a little bit more later. Anyway, right now, let's take a look at this little guy. So first off, you can see the face here. No screen. It's just all click button controls. See right down here, it's branded Teri G1. I've got number 56. There are about 60 of these made, and as far as I know, Denny and TJ sold me the only one outside of Indonesia, which is pretty cool. And I got number 56 out of 60. How does it work? Let me flip it over for just a minute here. So first off, you're going to get it. You'll charge it here with the micro USB. That's only for charging. Not going to hook up to your computer with that guy. Right there is the card slot. Slip in your micro SD card. I've got a 16 gig card in there with just a few WAV files on it. Since this guy has no screen, kind of like the shows the Alien, you don't necessarily want to put a large card in there unless you're shuffling all the time, and I'm not a big shuffling guy. So for me, I keep it small, throw on some albums I want to listen to, crank through them, change it the next day if I want to. Charging indicator light. When that bad boy is on, it's like you got a LED flashlight lighting up the wall in your room. That's a bright LED, and I would suggest to TJ that you crank it down a little bit next time, bro. That thing can keep you up at night. Alright, when you want to turn it on, just turn on the volume knob right there. Alright, it's on. And hopefully you can catch it right here. Little blue light's on now, indicating that it's playing. Right on. If you want to pause it, pause it. Now the light went off. Now it's playing again. Right on. You want to go back to the last tracks? Press that. Doesn't matter where you're at in the song, it always goes back to the previous track, even if it's in the last album. So press that, and it's not going back to the beginning of the song. It's going back to the last track no matter what. That one will go to the next track. Then you need to crank through albums. You can go back to the last album. You can go to the next album. It's really as simple as that. That's all you can do. You can use it for a source for an amp. I have one I'm going to show you in a minute. You can use it for your headphones. I've used it with all of my headphones so far, and it's pretty damn powerful. You can use it with some pretty big headphones. People are using this with their HD 600, HD 650 in Indonesia. I've used it with anything from sensitive IEM, and I'm not hearing a lot of hiss. I'm not that sensitive to it anyway, so Some of you younger guys out there might hear it hissing, but for me it's perfectly acceptable once it's playing music. I've used it with my HE400, sounds pretty good. Used it with my Nighthawks and Mezza 99 Classics. Again, sounds good. Pretty good DAP. Doesn't have a high or a low gain either. It's all about that volume knob. Now, when you start it up, and I'm forgetting which button here is which because I don't use it for this that often, but you can use it as a DAC. And I forget which one it is, but I have to go look. So hold on for 1 second and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, 2 things. You can do shuffle. All you have to do is press this button right here down, the backtrack button. Press that down right before you turn it on, hold it while you're turning it on. It will go into shuffle mode. I haven't tried it because I hate shuffling. I am an album listener, so I will not use that. This one's pretty cool though. That is the DAC button. If you hold that on while you're turning on the G1, then it becomes a computer DAC. I've done this with my laptop. It works like a dream and you don't need any drivers for it. It's sweet. So that is pretty much a tour of this little guy. So again, you know, the back, you got the charging light, SD card slot, micro USB reader. On the front, you got all your buttons for transport controls. And then up here on the top, or sorry, on this face, you have your volume knob / power on off, headphone jack, line out jack. The sides have nothing. I mean, you can see the seams. It's a DIY case. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to tear it open and show you what's inside. So hold on for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back again. I just removed the top screws from the front plate and the back plate. After you do that, just kind of wiggle it apart. You got to be careful when you're taking it apart though, because the battery is connected inside. So let's take a look. Oh man. All right, there we go. So here we are. You got all the controls here. They're all shielded. You know, you got your little piece of plastic there to shield them. Battery. And you can just flop out the battery if you want to. And now you can see. Whoop, let me get that out of the way for y'all. There we go. Got the little board in there. And let me turn it around here so I can see it for a minute. So it's got, I forget exactly which chip. It's got a Saber DAC right there. And this is, you know, it's a pretty good implementation of the Saber DAC. I've used some DAPs with a Saber DAC and I'm not always that happy with them. They can get a little sharp sounding. I like smooth, more organic analog sounds. So I think they did a pretty good job on this one. And they've got another DAP coming out soon that I think I'm going to like even better than this one. And then up here, one of the really cool things is you can roll op amps through this guy. So it comes with an 808397 op amp in it. Sounds good, but personally I found it a little more kind of digital sounding than I like. I've got some Muses op amps sitting around. So at first I threw in a Muses 02. Nice. Right now I'm testing out the Muses 01. Pretty good. I think I'm going back to the Muses 02 soon because I like that one better. So it's got a, again, I mentioned before, it's powerful. Sounds pretty darn dynamic. It's got good bass. It's got good treble. Mids are good. I mean, this is a good DAP. And it's tiny. It's kind of, it's no frills, man. I mean, you're not getting a super cool touchscreen DAP with an Android operating system that you can stream Tidal on. You're getting a wave player with very simple controls. No way to tell what you're playing unless you just remember all of that music. And beautiful sound. I took this to the Rocky Mountain Audio Festival to let some of my Head-Fi buddies there try it out. And I let some people who really know good music players try it out. And they were super impressed. They laughed when they saw it because, you know, it looks handmade. It's a DIY. When they turned it on and they put in some very nice, expensive custom inner monitors, started listening through this, Their eyes popped. They asked how much it was. When I told them how much this cost, about 180 bucks, they said easily $400. I'd buy it for 400 bucks, no problem. They wanted to buy it off me. I said, no, man, it's mine. You can't have it. So I'm super impressed with the sound. Other people that I trust, and I know you would trust too, I'm not mentioning their names right now, but you would recognize their names on HeadFi, and you would trust them. And it's not just HeadFi people, but it was people in the audio industry I let listen to it too. People whose products I use and I love and I trust them highly, listen to it and were impressed. And pretty soon I'm going to pass this around to a few of my HeadFi friends so that they can give their feedback. So it's not just me you have to trust. It's going to be some of the big names in the HeadFi community, guys who've got, you know, thousands of dollars worth of custom entered monitors. They've heard all the dApps, and they're going to give you their feedback too. I'm going to stop for a minute, throw this guy back together, and I have one more thing to show you before I wrap. All right, one thing I totally forgot to mention about the G1 is the battery life. It doesn't have much battery life. You can get 6 to 8 hours of playback on this guy before you need to recharge. So this is not your all-day long travel DAP. This is something that you need to keep either a battery pack around to charge it up when you're out on the go, listening to it for a long time, or listen to it for short periods of time, charge at your desk, charge it while you're listening to it. It's fine. It sounds good while you're listening to it. So that's one thing I totally forgot to mention and wanted to fit in before I moved on to the next thing I wanted to show you, which is this guy. Oh, wait. You can't tell what it is. Let's turn it around so you can see. There it is. This is Denny and TJ Styles' new amp. So TJ Style, who designed the G1, made a tiny little amp in the same form factor. And again, this is a powerful amp. I'm listening to, whatever I listen to sounds damn good out of it. And this one sounds really organic and analog. This is it's beautiful sound. It just sounds luscious. I love this thing. It makes a cute little stack too. I mean, look at that little guy. It's pretty. Put a band on there, you know, a little band at the top. Cute little stack. So I've been listening to this quite a bit recently. The battery in this, just because it's an amp alone, this thing will last for a long time. It's like 20 to 30 hours, depending upon how much you crank. This guy lasts a long time. So I'll take you on a little tour around this. And you hear it creaking a little bit because I prepared. And I took the screws out of this one so I can just pop it open right now. Again, you can see Nuansa A1 in Indonesian. That's how they would say nuanced, for nuanced sound. Again, organic, smooth, full, rich sound. Nuanced sound. And it's from Revamp Acoustics, so you can look that up. That's the company where they're going to be selling this. That's what they call themselves now, Revamp Acoustics. They didn't have that name around when the Teri Player G1 came out, but it was popular. People are selling them on eBay for 2, 3, 4 times the price that they were originally sold for. So they decided, why not just come out with their own company and sell on their website? You can see mine, number 25. I think they made 25 of these. And again, I'm the guy that they sold this to, the only guy they sold this to outside of Indonesia. So I'm pretty lucky to have this very rare, handcrafted amp that sounds fantastic. Headphones. That is for the gain. It's got low, medium, and high gain. I've yet to find a use case for high gain with anything I listen to. Somebody out there has got to use it. You got some super high impedance, low sensitivity headphones. You probably need to use high gain. For me, I barely leave low gain. Medium gain, yeah, if I'm listening to my HC400s, I might throw it in medium gain. Other than that, low gain all the way, baby. Over here, we've got an out, so you can take a line out from this guy if you want to. I just use headphones or IEM. I don't need to worry about it. And again, you know, volume plus turning it on and off is right there. charging is on the back, and it's got a couple of tiny little pinholes for LEDs. You can see my reflection there. Let's make it Inception time. Tiny little pinholes for the LEDs. It goes red if battery is charging. When it's all charged up, it turns green. Flip it on, and there's a tiny little hole up here. I believe that will start blinking a little bit if it starts to get low. I'm totally forgetting. You can see how shiny it is, or you can see my face in it. Those are real carbon fiber front and back plates. I think they look pretty cool actually, but I know I was chatting with TJ the other day, and he said that is going to be a no-go in the future. He wants all aluminum front and back plates like he has with the G1. This guy's all aluminum, and he prefers that. He really likes that. So, last thing I want to do with this was just open it up real gently here. Again, it's got the battery connected, so you don't want to open it up like a madman. And we'll open it, and you can see, it's going to fall apart. You can open it up and see inside here, it's a discrete design. No op amps in this guy. TJ, when I was chatting with him again, was telling me I had the ALO RX for IEMs. I live in Portland, so I just went over and chatted up Ken and listened to the Campfire IEMs a while back before they released, and got a B grade RX for a good deal. It's a nice amp. TJ said he really likes the ALO stuff. I can tell. It sounds good like ALO stuff. Got that warm sound. Yeah, it's still detailed. But he's impressed by Ken's design, so I'm not surprised that he went for an all discrete design in his little amp. Alright, I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to click off for 1 minute, and I'm going to come back with a wrap. Alright, I'm back. Final wrap up. So what did I show you today? I showed you, one, the cutest stack you'll ever see in your life. That's adorable. I showed you the Teri G1. Really bare bones, wave only, digital audio player. All simple controls, just little click buttons and a knob. Sounds fantastic. Everybody I let try so far has loved it and offered to buy it for twice as much as I paid for it. I know TJ's running into the same issue with people buying them and then reselling for a lot more money on eBay. I also showed you his amp, TJ's amp. The Revamp Acoustics Nuansa A1. Fantastic amp. Complements the Teri G1 well. This has got a more energetic, dynamic sound. So you want that? Listen to this guy on its own. You want to fine tune it a little bit? Throw in a different op amp. Just keep your power cable or your little charger cable handy because you need to charge this every 6 to 8 hours. This guy lasts for like 20 to 30 hours and sounds smooth and full and rich and organic. They're a great complement for each other. It's a great stack to have. This guy was about 180 bucks. This one's about 100 bucks more. All discrete design. Good deals. They sound fantastic. I'm going to pass them around head-fi to some of my friends who better not steal it. I'm looking at you guys. You better not steal it, man. Don't get any ideas. I want it back. But I'm going to let them try it. Some trusted guys. And they're going to let you know what they think too. I love it. I'm really looking forward to more from TJ in the future from Revamp Acoustics. And the next thing coming out is, excuse me, it's his new digital audio player. It's going to be pretty similar to this, but it's going to be called the Teri G2. And it's going to be a bit more like, I think what this project started out targeting in the beginning, which was to try and be like the Altman Terra player, like be at that caliber. It already sounds damn good. And next time around, they're going to use a multi-bit DAC in it. And they're going to use, at least so far, chatting back and forth with TJ, it sounds like he's going to use not only a multi-bit DAC, but also a Muses op amp in it. So that thing's going to be smooth, rich, full sound, more like the amp here. And I think I'm going to love the G2 even more. So keep an eye out for that. Go to his site. Go to his site, Revamp Acoustics. And I think he's got a sign up there. So if you want more info, when this guy's going to be released, they only made 25 so far, but he's going to make more. So if you want to know when this is coming out, go over there and sign up. If you want to know when his next DAP, the Teri G2, is coming out, go over there and sign up. He'll let you know, man. You just get an email. And the last thing, very last thing, I mentioned earlier that TJ, very first thing he started out with that got all of this started was a little op amp that he was designing. It's kind of like the Burson op amp. There it is, little dip 8 op amp. Discreet design. And I have not, I'll be completely transparent here, I have not tried it yet. It's huge, man. You can fit it into the Teri G1. It takes the dip 8 op amp. So I'm going to try it in there soon, but I got to leave the case off when I'm doing it, so it's not portable at all. You got to do it at home. But this is the TJ 1426 op amp, and maybe I'll come back later with a follow-up and let you all know what I think about it. I'll slap that in there. I expect it to sound full, smooth, warm, rich, organic, because that's what TJ's mainly targeting. And I love it. And that's it for now. Hopefully you made it this far, because I think I make long videos. If y'all think they're too long, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and keep it a little more short and concise. If y'all like it this long, cool beans, man. I'll keep going. Right on. Until next time, happy listening, guys.